All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the red-hot Cincinnati Bengals out of their bye week on the road against the best defense in the National Football League in the San Francisco 49ers. They take them down 31-17. They are now 4-3. They've won 3 straight football games. But most importantly, guys, Mr. Joe Burrow is finally healthy. Now, we know Mr. Joe Burrow is one of the best QBs in the league. We know he's a born winner. We know he has the it factor, but he can now extend plays. I mean, yesterday, I know Cincinnati was coming off a couple of straight victories, but guys, yesterday was just night and day difference. I mean, it was night and day difference from the Cincinnati Bengals opening game. The body language on this squad, from players to coaching staff to just everybody top to bottom, I love it. I absolutely love it. And yesterday, it felt like for the first time this season, the Cincinnati Bengals were completely in control. Completely in control. Now, Joe Burrow's calf health is huge. It's extremely vital. In his last 3 games, Joe Burrow has 8 total touchdowns. In the first 4 games, 2 touchdowns. Now, some things go into this, obviously, just like the health of wide receivers, et cetera, the health of Joe Burrow, but I'm loving it, man. This reminds me very much of last season. I remember, it felt like Cincinnati was never going to lose. They started slow. This seems to be a growing trend for the Cincinnati Bengals. I would so much rather end hot than start hot and fizzle out as the season goes on. So I'm loving what Cincinnati is cooking up right now. Guys, at the time of this recording, we're like 24 hours away from the trade deadline. I really expect and hope that by the time a lot of you guys watch this video, the Cincinnati Bengals will have a new starting tight end. But we're going to dissect this game. We're going to talk about the Cincinnati Bengals, obviously, in today's video. But before we do, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. It's been way too long since our last Bengals video. We're going to ramp these up 1 to 2 a week at the very minimum. Bengals fans, if we try and get this video to 250 likes, that would mean the absolute world to me. So, guys, you can have your opinions on Brock Purdy. He's missing left tackle Trent Williams. He's missing Deebo Samuel. Guys are banged up, whatever. The defense on San Francisco is giving up like 15 points per game. Prior to this football game against Cincinnati, they were giving up 15 points per game. I mean, there are Hall of Famers, guys like Fred Warner, stacked, loaded across not only their team, but specifically their defense. I mean, they threw up 31. The Bengals threw up 31. Now, I know they had won a couple of games prior to that bye week, 17-13 against the Seattle Seahawks, 34-20, which was kind of, the first game where we started to see the flashes, the glimpses of the Cincinnati Bengals that we knew. But this game was huge, man. You're on the road, coming off of a bye week. You're getting healthier and healthier and healthier. It wasn't necessarily a must win, but it was as close to a must win as you can be in week 8. Joe Burrow, elite performance. I mean, the dude absolutely killed it. If you watched yesterday's game, I mean, if you're a Bengals fan right now, you watched that game yesterday, I mean, you're absolutely hyped right now, as you should be. 28-32, 283 yards, 3 touchdowns, and most importantly, 0 interceptions. But here's what we want to see, and here's what we've been waiting for. We alluded to it earlier on in the video, extending plays. Joe Burrow had countless runs where he extended plays, got first downs, got hit along a 20, 6 rushes, 43 yards for Mr. Joe Burrow. What is he? Justin Fields, Danny Dimes now. Pair that up with a healthy Joe Mixon. Also, because the trade deadline's a day away, I would absolutely love if they were to go out there and acquire a veteran running back. I miss Samaje Perine. I will be honest with you. I miss Hayden Hurst. I'll be honest with you there. But Joe Mixon yesterday, back on track, 16 carries, 87 yards, and a touchdown, 5.4 yards per carry. Once again, just to hammer home the point here, the San Francisco 49ers have the best defense in the National Football League, and it is not even close. Even after this game, guys, the Cincinnati Bengals rushing unit, they're averaging 79 yards per game. That is a horrible statistic. That is 3rd to dead last in the National Football League. So getting Joe Mixon back on track, having a healthy Joe Burrow to help extend these plays, extend these drives, get those first downs, get those much needed yards. I mean, it's a difference maker, as we saw yesterday afternoon. But guys, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, a healthy T. Higgins, 5 catches, 69 yards. And then Jamar Chase, one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League, 10 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown. Then, of course, we have old Mr. Reliable, Tyler Boyd himself, with 3 catches for 40 yards and a touchdown. Irv Smith, 4 catches, 25 yards. Oh, this is one of the things I am not thrilled with the Cincinnati Bengals. I remember watching Irv in college at Bama and thinking to myself, this dude's got potential. And then he goes on over to Minnesota and things just didn't work out. And I thought being paired up with Joe Burrow and I thought being over on the Cincinnati Bengals, one of the best offenses in the National Football League, I really thought that the change of scenery was going to get Irv Smith Jr. back on track. That just hasn't been the case. On the season, he has like less than 100 receiving yards. I know Hayden Hurst isn't, a top 5 tight end in the National Football League, but having these reliable tight ends, it's just a difference maker. It gets your offense to the next level. I don't need to explain it. You guys understand it. We've seen it the last couple of seasons with Hayden Hurst. I really, really, really hope, and I haven't seen too much about the Cincinnati Bengals prior to earlier this afternoon when they won, and now they're 4-3 and people are finally starting to talk about the Bengals again. I don't know how Bengals fans feel about the tight end position. I cannot imagine they're feeling great about it. So I really hope, veteran running back, not as needed, please go out and get a tight end. Look at Mike Gesicki. He's paired up with Hunter Henry over on in New England. New England is suffering. What are they now? 2-6. I would go trade for Mike Gesicki immediately. Like as soon as the Bengals GM watches this video, hopefully he gets the call and he makes the call and is like, yep, let's do it. Mike Gesicki, you're the guy. Now defensively, it's hard to evaluate this defense because when we take a look at the statistics aren't good because keep in mind, Cincinnati, they started terrible. However, even though with the offense being 24th in the league, even after yesterday's victory, the defense is statistically around middle of the pack. But then we take a look at guys like Logan Wilson. Logan Wilson, the linebacker, has 3 interceptions on the season. Cam Taylor-Britt, Dax Hill. The defense to me, Sam Hubbard, the defense to me is like loaded. They're absolutely loaded. There were concerns heading into the season after you lost some guys, some critical guys like Jesse Bates III on the secondary. Personally, I've got Jermaine Pratt. I've got Dax Hill entering this season. I've got Cam Taylor-Britt. Personally, I'm not too concerned with the Cincinnati Bengals defense. I don't think anybody's too concerned with the Cincinnati Bengals defense. That wasn't a concern heading into the season, and it wasn't at any point in the season personally. So when we take a look at Cincy, man, they've got Buffalo this upcoming Sunday night. They're going to win. I've always kind of thought the Buffalo, I don't want to use the word fraudulent, but I've never really fully bought into Buffalo. Regardless, Cincinnati's got a difficult stretch coming up. You've got Buffalo, you've got Houston, you've got the Ravens, you've got the Steelers, and then you've got the Jaguars. Huge 5 games. I think they're going to go 4-1. Regardless of how they go, as long as they finish above 500. I think yesterday they kind of sealed the playoff appearance. I know it's crazy to say that because they're 4-3 and this was we're in week 8 or now we're in week 9. I have no concerns with Cincinnati as far as playoff hopes getting there. We're going to take it week by week. But I absolutely love what I've been seeing from Cincinnati, especially yesterday. So, guys, that's it for today. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. If you want more Bengals videos, let me know down below. But Bengals fans, NFL fans, how are you guys feeling? Give me a confidence scale. 10 being extremely confident, 1 being, blow it up. Give me 1 to 10 confidence rating on how you feel about Cincinnati down below.